Hi, this is Just Saying, and today I would like to talk about what I saw on News Now, because I watched this morning. And the name of the book is called, what is this, Silence something? But anyway, it's about this billionaire black guy before slavery, during slavery, and his name was Jeremiah Hamilton. Yeah, Jeremiah Hamilton is his name. And the way they described him was a black man. He didn't marry a black woman. This is before slavery or during slavery. He was a black man that was good in Wall Street, and he made a lot of millions of dollars. And this man was bragging on him, well, if he's a black guy and he can do it, and the book is to help his legacy. Well, how can you have $1 billion and not have a legacy with your family or anything? The family didn't even know he was black. When the family that is alive now, he probably has a lot of, they said most of his family is white. This is the guy that wrote the book, and he was just so happy to hear that, oh, he is a black man, he's a millionaire, why can't y'all do it if he can do it? But he never had, now here's the description I want you to pay very close attention to, because it matches someone else that we know today. He doesn't have very little to do with the poor blacks or black people or clergymen. He did say that. Or clergymen, meaning the ministers, the black ministers, and anything African American, so he kept saying, that was African American, he didn't have anything to do with. Then we wonder what happened to his legacy. Here's a black man that had, did things, but let go of his ancestors. He let that go. But he's also a lot like Obama. How Obama doesn't have anything to do with poor blacks. He never has anything nice to say. He's steady talking about ISIS. And I know this is a program for him, being American president. I know it is, but ISIS is no worse than police brutality. The police are out here killing young people, murdering young people. Same thing to me. I look at them as terrorists. I really do. There's something that has infiltrated that police department that has them acting that way. And I believe it is the Ku Klux Klan or Aryan Nation, whatever you want to call them, the pure white blood that hate any other race other than the white race. I believe that they have infiltrated the police department. And even the blacks that work for the police department that help them, here we go again, that are no good. Are no good black people. Those are, but they get at least one black, or they get the preachers to stand behind them in media programs, and they'll get one black to 3 blacks in one case that I see. 3 black people that'll lie for them when they know that they've done something wrong. How many police saw them take that tape and they didn't say anything? So they need to be fired. But whenever you have, and I'm answering the question to the guy that wrote Jeremiah Hamilton's life story, I forgot what it's called. I forgot what it's called because I'm not reading it. I'm so sick of black people like that, I don't know what to do. I'm just saying it like it is. People say, ooh, the words that you say sometime. No, it's the truth. So that you don't get confused and mixed up with what I'm saying. I do not care for black people like Jeremiah Hamilton. It's amazing. He was brilliant. But what does that mean? That's almost like this president. He goes a step, he's looks good, he's kind, and he so-called, the way he speaks to the public, and all of that, but he really did. 97% of black people voted for him, and he had nothing but not nice things to say when we were having problems. And I have it on tape. So like his legacy, Jeremiah Hamilton, so be Obama's eventually. And Jeremiah Hamilton, nobody knows about him. His legacy is not really big because of that, to the white man that was talking on News Now that wrote it. Because he has nothing to do with black people. He had nothing, and went out of his way. Back in those days, he had him a white woman. And all his kids are mixed, but then after the mixed race, they went on into the white race. So all of his his children are white now. So he purposely did not have anything to do with the blacks so that he can be successful. And this is what maybe is because your business is in too much of police brutality or Black Lives Matter. Maybe that's the reason why you can't make it. And if you talk that up, then you won't make it. This is what I think most of the black people think. The reason why they're angry with me, because I'm talking about Obama on a regular basis in a negative way. And I'm not making a mistake, is what I want to say. So Jeremiah Hamilton, I guess that's how you say his name. Something of darkness, Prince of Darkness. That's the name of it, Prince of Darkness. But I'm not going to read that. And I read like a hound, but I just don't need no more of that black energy in me. He probably, there's no telling how many blacks he's helped to kill. See, somebody like that, I wouldn't trust him as fast as I can breathe. I just wouldn't trust that man. You get someone that don't like his own race or not speak up for his own race, you got a problem, like Obama. And of course he was a problem. He was a problem for us, for you guys. And he'll probably do something for the ISIS. ISIS will chop people's heads off, and I wonder why. Did somebody do something to them, and then blaming the Muslims for everything? That's because someone wants to fight the Muslims. Somebody in that group, they want to fight them, because I don't believe you, media. I don't believe anything you say about ISIS. I know you fear them. I know that because they chopped off your head. See? So I'm not going to sit here and say, well, ISIS is wrong and I'm mad at ISIS and ISIS just because the President of the United States is on TV talking about it. He's the last person I would pay attention to. There's no telling what was done to ISIS for them to attack like this. Now, you have to look at the little girl being thrown across the room, which is a picture I can't get out of my head. I can't watch that. And then shooting a child 16 times when they're running away from you. Those are terrorists. People that do things like that are terrorists. So terrorists are not only ISIS, but we have terrorists right here in the United States of America. And sadly, it's our law, our legal department. Who would bail somebody out $1.3 million? Who would give someone millions of dollars to live off of and everything? But the Aryan Nation, or is it some of that 1% being included in the Aryan Nation, being part of the racist group that is infiltrated, the police using that to kill minorities, to murder minorities? I don't trust Obama, and I wouldn't trust Jeremiah Hamilton, and I don't get into conversations about ISIS at all with anyone. I really don't. because I don't know what you did to them. Just like the people that went through the World Trade, which was a tragedy. But somebody innocent, they were the innocent ones. There was somebody did something to somebody for them to do that. And so what's coming up next? What's coming up next? I wouldn't be surprised if it's something right here in the United States with the terrorists that are here. Right here in the United States of America. Terrorists that will literally drop bombs on the third world countries, blowing them up to pieces, even the poorer areas in these countries, just for their resources, the resources that those little countries have. And with the United States being kind of broke right now, I would kind of look out for not only ISIS, but other countries that may be attacked innocently and told a big fat lie on national TV, taking natural resources. So terrorists are not Muslim people. Terrorists are the people killing innocent people and taking everything from them, taking their natural resources, such as the Indian. Took all their land and took all their natural resources until this day. They believe they're going to give it every bit of it back. I really like them because they did not let go of their religion. I admire the Indian. But us black folks, we are hollering Christian. Christian is not your religion. It just is not. It is not of your ancestors. They brought that to you and they spread it all over Africa as missionaries and spread that to them. And that does have you thinking in a different kind of way. Love, 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 love. When somebody is smacking you in the right cheek. Somebody's hitting you in the right cheek and you don't take your fist and ball it up and hit them on the other side. But those people that dropped that bomb did on World Trade. They're fighting. ISIS, they're fighting back. And what do? You know why we do that? Like Jeremiah Hamilton, like Obama, just like those type of people, those type of black people, the first billionaire. I am so tired of saying the first. The first. There's no such thing as the first. There's always somebody before that person, including president. The first. The first disappointment. So he was exactly the type of black person I've been talking about. From Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I used the light-skinned blacks that used to look down on black people in Milwaukee, and they all were in offices. They're the ones that opened the door for Scott Walker. It was on its way to it. You know, there's so many, they're real light-skinned and they hate black people. One said to me and my brother, go back to where you came from. And my grandmother, the pastor's wife, first time I ever saw her angry, walked down the street, asked me to show her who said that to me. And she told that lady off so bad. She never said motherfucker though. She never cursed like me. I'm a cursor. I'll cuss you out. But she never said a nasty word or anything. But she told her, don't you ever talk to my children like that again. And those people became some kind of senators or something. I can't think of their name, but they were all light-skinned. And, you know, all of those people. And that's the reason why I thought he was some kin to Clark. That sheriff. Somebody like that. Those people I used to live around. And they up and picked and moved out to Menominee Falls or Brown Deer or some kind of place where there weren't that many dark-skinned blacks or black people. So we had the black people like that first. Then we have, you know, And so we had them way back with Jeremiah Hamilton. When I was hearing his description, I said, oh, he's just like that too. So, don't look at him as a hero. He's far from being a hero. But then there were black people that looked down on black people a long time, and been a long time. So it's those people that help these white people have upper hand over us. Obama has caused that. Now, whoever gets in office, whatever they want to do, they'll say, well, Obama did it, so we can do it too. He hasn't served an example of how to treat black people, but something scares me on the inside. I don't believe he meant to. I believe what he's doing is the way that Jeremiah Hamilton, or if he ever heard of anything like that, the way that most of these blacks have made it through, and that is putting down the poor blacks, not having anything to do with them at all. So no, I'm not reading Prince of Darkness. And the white man that was telling us, he laughed. I don't blame him. He laughed while he was just, describing the book and describing him as, and he said all his friends are white. They were white. His wife was white. His children were white. His everything. So that sort of thing didn't just start. It started way back before slavery and by other black people. Black people. So I told you, those are the ones that help make the movement in Milwaukee the way it is right now. It's not the black people. It's not the white people. Those were the black people that were there. All wrong. All wrong. And it only takes one of those to make a group of bad white ones good. So that's what we need to start doing. Not only fighting back, but we need to stop and just respect all black people. No matter if you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're just to love all black people. All black people should love all black people. When you have leaders of power, they should do something and say something on a consistent basis about the black race. And right now, they should be all into police brutality. Police brutality has been going on for a long, long time. It's about time for it to stop. Well, those blacks that are like that, we don't need them. We don't need them. So, Prince of Darkness, if you want to read it, that's your decision. It's about the biggest, richest black man back in slavery. It was during slavery. He had all that money. Now that's another thing. He had all that money. How much of it did he shift people out of poverty? How many did he take in? I would take in and bring people and say they're my slaves and then build them a house in the back or something like that. I would have had to help. There's no way that I had power. I would have power and not help my people. There's just no way. Just give me a little power and I'm going to help. Something. He didn't do that. But if you want to read about Jeremiah Hamilton, it's Prince of Darkness is the name of the book. And the man that wrote it, I didn't get his name. It sounds from London or something like that. I don't know, but it's a good book, and it will give you some idea of, again, what I'm talking about with Obama. It's something I peeped, So if other people don't see it, too bad. We have to begin to be a little bit more forthright in what actually happened in these last 6 years. You got to be honest with yourself. Be honest. So that's it. That's all I saw on News Now that I really wanted to talk about. Yes. There's nothing on Facebook. Nothing on Facebook. Let me see. Oh. trying to find it. And it doesn't look like J. Kilo. Well, my son's little one he put her ultrasound on here. It's a little girl. I can't wait to see her. Chirac, I didn't see it, but I will be seeing it soon. I know it's a good movie. I know Spike. I like Spike's style. You know, so I'm hoping that is really good. Russell Simmons, his kid's gotten big. Yeah, so there's nothing up here. So a lot of people talk about Spike, but he's used to it. He's very controversial. That's like me. He's just used to being who he is. Yeah, so Milwaukee. It was, Raven-Symoné has serious issues. She said that The Wiz was a disappointment. The Wiz could never be a disappointment. It's a lot of fun. So, Black Lives Matter is going to continue. I hate for people to get angry about Black Lives Matter, because what are you going to do? What you going to do about it? Nothing. So today I have a lot to do today. That's why I'm sounding real draggy. And I have something Wednesday I'm very nervous about, so I got to go for that. But other than that, I'm doing great. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And please remember what I said about Jeremiah. Some people think just because a person has money, that's all you need. That's a wonderful person. And Obama doesn't have no money. He's not rich. But he also did what Jeremiah Hamilton, who knows, he might have read that book, where most blacks stem away from black people when they're in politics or when they're rich, or they get this because that'll make them bigger, or they can maintain their wealth if they stay away from black people. And the president figures out, I can stay alive. White people aren't the only ones assassinating, though. That's the whole bad thing about it. So he's going to have to pay up a little something, or make a bad speech. But we used to him talking, so the talking doesn't matter anymore. Just to be honest, and apologize to the black people. And if he doesn't, his legacy will not be good, just like Jeremiah Hamilton. Not only that, Jeremiah Hamilton, people didn't even know he existed. Once they did a DNA thing, because most of them are white, once they did the DNA thing, found him, they didn't even know who he was. So, there is a curse when you do things like what Obama did. And the curse is no legacy. Eventually, it will die. Have a good day. Yes, I did say it. What you gonna do about it? Y'all forgot. I hit back. Okay, take it easy. Have a wonderful day. And ashe.